Hi, welcome back to Historic Germany. I'm Exis, and let's play. So let's bump the speed on there. There's not a lot happening down here. This is soon going to be one, and we haven't gotten a lot of army experience at all out of this. And they did nerf air experience, which was very good. It was needed. But it looks like we're coming up a little bit short on air experience. Okay, so we finished the Panzer III, and that means we could go straight for this, for the Panzer IV, and we'll have those in time for the war with the Allies. We don't really need that, and I really want to have these, so we're going to use the treaty for the USSR bonus here, and get those. And then when they're done, we'll jump onto the Panzer IVs, because by then we'll be done with Army Innovations 2 as well, and we'll have another research boost for it. And yeah, so we're doing Anschluss now, which will be done shortly. And just in time for that, we got our Panzer IIIs. This one needs to be the Vesp, of course. Let's turn all of those off for now, so we can get our tanks a little bit higher up in the line. We probably want 14 of those. Let's get these ones up as well. Well, we don't really need to produce a lot of these because we can convert the Czech tanks into those variants when we get them. I'll probably start off with 10 so we can get those a little bit faster. Got quite a few aircraft down here waiting as well for factories. Okay, so we got radar, which is one of our naval techs here. This one is going into, let's see, we want to have interwar artillery, of course. Should be right. So let's get those. And we're waiting for the dual purpose batteries, then we'll do some naval designs. So we've got the political power to install someone. We're not going to research any new aircraft within the time we can get another one anyway. We really need these to start doing the infantry equipment stuff. We're going to get the Mauser later. But we'll start off with a theorist, as we're lacking a little bit behind there, and we're doing our land doctrines. So welcome in, Guderian. And since we're lacking a little bit in army experience, I actually think, oh, here we go. What do we have? So, if we went to sell them fighters at the moment, they would get from our stockpile BF-109s. Since we've got all our interwar fighters, that was too much. I want to go 230. And that means we send 50 interwar fighters back into the stockpile. And now we can sell them to Yugoslavia. See, they're gone, and we kept all our BF-109s. Perfect, that's the way we want to have it. Yeah, and of course we just continue down this way with doctrine. The naval dockyards, yeah, I could have done that a little bit earlier as well. Let's just pop those into there for now, so we get those out. We need a little bit more political power here, so we're gonna go to Japan and we're gonna improve relations. Since we're lacking a little bit out there, they've started the war down here. We want to do the attaché. So we're going to save up for that now, but they won't allow it for just a moment. See, I don't know why we can't select it and check the pop-up. As they appear to be at war. We're a little bit behind in resources there. Next to pop should be dual purpose cannons. Yeah, we're producing stuff. Can dismiss that one. Deploy units. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. It's one of the tank divisions that's done. And we're gonna upgrade the template a little bit, so it's not gonna be done very long. Okay, so the dual purpose guns are finished. Let's go get the paratroopers. And let's do some naval designs. So let's bump in here. That's a perfect timing. That was done the 20th of January and it's the 19th now. And we're gonna upgrade that one a bit. If we have the Navy experience over for it, which we should. Let's start with the Scharnhorst. Let's duplicate it. Could have probably copied the name, but Scharnhorst be class. And yeah, so we don't have any new heavy guns, but it's got a decent amount of heavy attack, and it pierces anything the British have. The British don't have any capital ships with more than 26 in armor. That's a little bit more when they've got a good admiral on them. But that should be fine. What we do want to do, since this one is I'm going to make 2 copies of this. So the first one will keep the armor 1 and the second one will have armor 2, and we're going to commission 2 of the armor 2 ones, which will be the Bismarck class. These are going to be so we can, if we have the IC to spare sometime, the dockyard capacity, we can refit these. Dual purpose secondaries. And of course we're going to up the anti-air modules. There's really no point at all in not doing it as 30 IC. And that means we gain a lot of anti-air on these. And air is the biggest threat to these. And that one gives us a little bit more as well. Buffs our heavy attack a little bit, but mostly we increase light attack by a lot and air attack by a lot. And a little bit of detection, of course. This is a duplicate. We haven't changed the armor. Let's just save that one. And since we want to commission 2 of the Bismarck classes, what we could do is go with the battlecruiser armor. That'll lower the production cost from 12,000 to 10,000, but we're gonna go with a battleship armor, and cost is the same as battleship armor 1, so it's just overall a little bit tougher and a lot more armor. Duplicate this one as well, of course. I'll erase that. And this is the Bismarck class, so we're producing more proper ones. Let's put 2 of those into the queue. Max them out. And up to the top of the queue. Have them deployed to the high sea fleet. And Bismarck and Tirpitz, of course. Then we also want to, well, we might do a little bit of CLs later if we have the spare experience for it. So we want to fix up our submarines. We've got the Type 7. Now we need to duplicate this first anyway. The Type 7B. And here we're going to tack on a radar module. It's already duplicated. Of course we've been producing a few of them. So that's fine. We can decommission that one. Recommission these. Put it up there. Into the submarine fleet. Let's produce 1 last of those, and then we'll start producing the B class instead. And that'll increase their surface detection, so they have an easier time of finding convoys, and also finding destroyers which they can keep away from. And the same thing for the cruiser submarines. This is the Type 9B. Tack on a radar there as well, and we probably want to have names for these submarines as well. and that increases their surface detection to 26.2. So let's decommission those, put those in. Let's put 4 there. These auto deploy to submarines. I'll do it that way. That'll be a lead class, I guess. I don't think it's worth to refit it into this one. And we also wanna, we won't touch these, of course. We wanna upgrade the destroyer down there. If we've got these ones on the easy hull, and there's nothing really. We just want to keep these cheap. These, however, have something we can do. And the production cost here is 1189, and if we do it this way instead, we replace it with a main battery, a dual-purpose main battery. We remove the other main battery we added earlier, and we remove the anti-air. So we end up with a little bit more anti-air, the same light attack, the same light piercing, a little bit faster so it survives a little bit better, and we've saved about 51 or 59 IC. So let's duplicate that one, and we've got the starter 38 instead. Let's keep in line with other ones. So we can decommission those, put those in. So we made a slightly better destroyer that's cheaper than the old one we had. Into the high sea fleet. Produce 1 last of those, and any remaining dockyards go into finishing off those. And this also means we're going to need some chromium. We've got 4, and we need at least use 1 chromium per factory, so we need another 10, so 14. And we can probably live with it a little bit. We're actually going to get some. No, we don't get any from here. Yeah, we'll import 1 factory worth of chromium. The factories should pop up there soon enough. And yeah, now it complains about outdated submarines in the construction line. It should complain about outdated destroyers as well, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, because we didn't run the sorry, the simulation yet. Yeah, I think those are the naval ones. We still have a little bit of naval experience left, but we don't really have any dockyards to spare just yet. So we'll hold up on building new light cruisers. We already got, here we go. We already got 8 light cruisers, and we did upgrade the 2 Brems classes to light cruisers as well. Well, there, Brummer and Brems, of course. So they actually have a combat viability. Now let's unpause again here. Let's see what we have going on here. They're soon done with their collaboration government. And so there we go. Let's pause just so we can check how it went. 30%, we had the 45 from earlier, that brings us up to 85, which should be enough. Oh, and they also changed the duration of this to 90 days in the, not the last update, but the one before that. It's still in progress. Okay, let's just let it tick over then. Or are they extracting now, maybe? Oh no, it just started. Okay, I thought it was done. So we'll have to wait a little bit on that. Let's see how they're doing down here in Spain. It would probably be better if they both attack the same province. There we go. So we're getting some some new territory here. Perfect. Let's see. So we did the Answers of Austria. I guess everyone's already read that one. And the Indian Congress triumphs in... yeah, I think that's something they usually do. Okay, so we got loads of unassigned divisions again. Let's pop these over there. Those are the ones we built. They're going to be distributed into the other armies here as time goes. Now we've got all these Austrian divisions. I want to use the infantry ones. I'll swap them over. Swap them over to our infantry divisions. Pop them in there. And I can train with other ones. We've got a cavalry division. So let's swap that over to the cavalry brigade. And we'll pop that in there with other ones. I think, yeah, they're under Rommel. That's perfect. No, could give Guderian his combined arms expert. I prefer this one to the Panzer expert since we use the motorized and mechanized to increase defense. The tanks are for attack, not defense. So it does, and they've got lousy defense, so increasing the tanks by 10% doesn't really make that much of a difference. I think, yeah, we could go there. But we're not. We're gonna make sure that we've got 50 there, because now we can go down to Japan once we're done here. And yeah, let's just pop those into an army. We can get them up to there for now. We'll wait for the return from our Spanish volunteers. Then student is down there, all the way down to Japan. And now we can send an attaché. And they need a little bit positive opinion just to be able to want to do this with us. That's why we started that earlier. So let's send the attaché and we can stop improving relations. Because we've got more than enough. And this also means we got some new templates. So this is my mod working. I think this one is... yeah, that one's crap. So let's delete it. Infantry template, that one don't think we need it, but let's save it. But let's just block it out so we know we don't want to have any ones of those. I think this one is a fairly good garrison template, so we'll keep this one. Garrison division, another eye. And swap that out to garrison as well. As these are good for coastal defense or for boosting it. Could probably use these other ones for it as well. It's better to use these in that case, since they don't have the recon. I would do it that way. I will keep that one, and we can delete this one because we don't want to have those with the recon in. This one here is another weird step towards the garrison template, since they start with their infantry division and they start to cut it out. These we can use as our military police divisions. So let's just select the MP there. And they could probably go for... it doesn't matter since these are going to be off map now. So let's just do it that way. And then we've got... these are our mountaineers, and we're going to swap them out for the Austrian ones since they've got the engineer company as well. That saves us 10 experience. And we can probably swap this one out at the moment. Let's swap you down to Alpenjäger. They should be able to reinforce no problem. Yeah, they're up to high already. And that means we can just remove this division template because it's not needed. And swap that one up. Let's pop it up to there. We've got the marine template, we want to have that there as well. And now we can probably start doing a little bit here. So what do we want to do here? We've got the motorized recon going on, and if we go down to cavalry, we'll lose both speed and reconnaissance now. And going for an armored recon company also puts our reconnaissance down, but it increases the stats overall. But with the new light armored recon companies, we actually gain recon from the motorized, so they're the best we have, right? Oh wait, they were a lot slower there. Okay, so but I think the new armored cars, let's just check here for a second. I think these actually travel at 12, don't they? Speed, yeah, they travel at 12, and since we'll be building these instead, that will be up to 12. The first model here only goes 9. So I'll be able to keep pace with the light tanks and the motorized. We also want to add on a motorized infantry division there, or a brigade. And these are, of course, high reinforcements priority. And let's just change this one to light and light division. There we go. And it complains that we're not producing armored cars. We will later on though. And now we can duplicate this one. No, we don't want to select anything new there. We just want to go Panzer division. Got the eye there again. Microphone is a little bit in the way. Here we go. We go down. No, where are they? That's the Panzer divisions. And of course we want to use medium tanks here. And do we have enough? Yeah, we've got enough for it. 14. We should be able to even tack on the last regiment here of lights and SP artilleries. That brings up the stats quite a lot. 20 combat with, a little bit of extra equipment there, loads of medium tanks of course, we're gonna have to produce loads of those. But I think this is a quite well-rounded division, so we had just enough to be able to design that one. That's perfect. And we want to go here. And so these can't be deployed anymore now because they're missing the armored cars. They might as well be here training instead. We can pop on our armor divisions. We want 8 of those. Let's just put them to deploy when they can. These can be auto deployed to there, so we get them out. And yeah, we don't have any more army experience, but we want to have some more for fixing up the marine template and fixing up the paratrooper template. And we're also going to tack on some anti-tank and anti-air into the infantry divisions. Alright, so we did Anschluss. Next in line is Sudetenland. We need 750 manpower for that. And we need to wait a bit more, because that didn't happen until... can't really remember the exact date at the moment. Was it in September? Late September, I think. So we want to go with these 3 focuses. We've got time to do 2 more focuses before we're going to do Sudetenland. And we want to do this one before we finish with the armored cars. We get actually before we finish with the land doctrine we just started, and that's 144 days. So we don't have to take that one next, since that finishes before this one, and the Panzer IV is going to be after that. We could do this for radar technology and research boosted air doctrine, or we could do this one and get the 50% or 200% research bonuses. So I think this one is the better choice now, and then we go army innovations and Sudetenland. So let's go air innovations, so we get those research bonuses. They go, we're gonna get those after the computing machine here anyway, well, not directly after. Well, yeah, we could do that as well. Yeah, okay, so the first cruiser submarine has been deployed. And yeah, that should draw when they accept, of course. It shouldn't be drawn before they accept. And no, I want it to be in here. I just want to separate those out. I'll pop those up onto two separate fleets. I'm gonna put new names on these two, but I'll do that in between episodes so you don't have to watch me typing in lots of things like that. Alright, so this one can instead go to the Reserve Fleet 1. Those can go to Reserve Fleet 1. And these can go to Reserve Fleet Task Force. Exciting. Once they start producing them. So we're on full here, we only need one of those, of course. Yeah, I've actually got enough chromium. 10. Oh yeah, because we had 4 from the start. That means they're done in November, so that's shortly after the war begins. That's perfect. And once that one's done, these submarines should fill up as well. And when that one will go down to there, these go into there and into the destroyer again. That's good. And yeah, we can probably take these and just put, because they're in two different fleets, we need to push that button there. Just so when we start training them we can fix that. So these are going to be under Boen. These are the cruiser submarines, and there is a very good reason for that. So yeah, we need to select you. Oh. That other one has a radar, of course, but the visibility is the same. And because this one now has 17 in visibility, and we can't make them any better with the new hull. They can be made a little bit better with the new engine, and that will drop a little bit. With Bowen we can put the concealment expert on. We're down to 70, we can select one more and still be over 50. And yeah, the retreat chance is okay for them. And this now, if we update this here, we go down from 17 to 13.6, so they're a lot harder to find now. And this here will be under Dönitz. And Dönitz is going to get the Silent Hunter and both of these eventually. So of course Japan accepts. And oh yeah, let's go to our friend Sweden. Oh, they're up there. I should recognize that flag, it's my own. There we go, import the tungsten. Since we did Anschluss, we got, looks like we got 8 factories from Austria, and we also got a lot of cities. We can probably push those down a little bit in the queue, so that those have a time to have a chance to finish before we start building these ones. Or we push them all the way up and we finish those up because those are the last ones we have in line. I think that might be the better choice. So we'll do that, so just get some more mills going before we really start filling out those two. So we use all the tungsten we're importing, and down here this one's 1 tungsten, isn't it? Yeah. And that should work out to perfectly balanced. We're still waiting for the air experience. Let's unpause. We've been paused very long now. Yeah, let's squeeze them a bit. So now that we've got attaché down in China, we should be gaining both air experience and ground experience quite good. Okay. No, we're not going to recall our attaché. Communist China, why would we want to do that? -5 political power, no. Or we could send both air and land volunteers to Japan, but I don't feel that's very historical. And sending an attaché seems maybe not entirely historical, but historical enough that it's a valid reason to do so. Oh yeah, we should have gotten some more interwar fighters here. I'll do it that way. I'll combine those. I can pop that up there. Okay, so nationalist Spain. Is that the end? No. I still got a little bit more up here. They did do some more with the latest patch and trying to balance this out, so it shouldn't end this early. It should go on until 1939. Especially since I didn't send two crack divisions. I didn't send two tanks to try and just plow through everything as fast as possible. Just two pretty normal divisions. Yeah, not gonna have anything of that just yet. Okay, decisions. Recruit to nationalist Spain. Why in nationalist Spain of every places? Now we've got in Europe. We'll take a Soviet spy then. Don't think we'll have one just yet. Okay, so does that mean... yeah, that's the end. Is it their end or... yeah, maybe. Alright, so they're coming home. That means we got all our fighters back here as well. Let's see, we'll pop those two, combine them, combine them. We'll reorganize these. We want to keep control. There we go. And this one can go up to 100. We actually want to keep these this way, I think. Yeah, and get training up to whatever standard level is. Combine those. Need to increase the limit on that one. Turn off that mission. Alright, so where do we want to keep these? We can get those up there. I've got them there already. We'll sort all of these out before the war, of course. Let's see. Yeah, that one's always going to be a deficiency in. Alright, so those are combat fighters. Let's put them there for now. Okay, so we got our air innovations. We gained some air bases in not the states I want them in. And yeah, we got the experience there as well. So let's go down to army innovations 2. Gonna need both the experience and the rest from there. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this one now. So this is gonna be the long range variant, and that's gonna bump range up. Perfect. There shouldn't be anything more to do there. And we'll keep that one as not obsolete. We'll swap this line with 4 factories out to the long range variant. And we're going to increase air agility on these ones as soon as we get a little bit more experience. So it's worth to do the swap. Okay, soon we should be getting these. We'll actually put the Vespa up because we need a lot more of those than the anti-air. And we want to see medium tanks there. We need an additional 1900 of them. That's a long time, but we're ramping up production. We're still halfway up to where we can be. Alright, so the computer is done. And we finished air innovation, so we can go on to do some air doctrine as well. Just getting these first two is getting to this one. Ground support plus 20 is really good. We can probably, if we press this one, the duplicate button, or F, and gain 2 more of those. yeah, we're gonna train everything up in a bit. There we go. We've got the interwar artillery, and we wanna start getting these submarines now. So that we have really good submarines when the war starts. And a decent amount of them. Just out of curiosity, how much would it cost? That's like a fifth of a new submarine. It's not worth it. I'd rather have that other fifth of a submarine. Alright, so these guys can pop you in there. Yeah, that's fine. This one we borrowed from here, I'm fairly certain of. And these can go, we'll pop those in under a new field marshal, because now we got Cardiac Leaser. And he's got the Mountaineer trait, and the Offensive Doctrine, and the Improvisation Expert, and the Trickster. That's a good one for these. And 20 air experience, that's an additional upgrade for our BF-109s. So let's take that. And let's see, I'll pop those. We'll probably have those down here in Czechoslovakia later, or in former Czechoslovakia. Alright, so let's go with Mauser, and the next one's gonna be Messerschmitt, of course, and then we start filling out our stuff. We can actually, Austria is all cores, so we don't need to police them, but it gives us access to this menu, so we can go for our MP divisions there. They're just cavalry at the moment, and once we start having a surplus of armored cars, we can start popping them in there. And that'll help with the longevity of them later. There we go. Info builds, yeah, let's go with those. Oh yeah, this one's completed. I wish we got a pop-up up here when they were completed. Maybe that was one of the pop-ups that I just closed. So that should bring us up to, no, 75, isn't it? 45 plus 30. Yeah, that's 75. So I think we need to do an additional round here in Poland before we can 250 days, yeah, but we only need to reach 50% before we can start it off. Okay, they too. No, we're keeping our attaché there. Political power isn't that important at the moment. Yeah, so we're just doing a little bit of a waiting game now, again. Let's see here, yeah, paratroopers, then we go with, we just got Mauser, so we can start knocking out these. This brings them down to 100 days instead of 118. That saves us 60 days on doing all three of them after we've gotten Mauser, as compared to before. That means Army Innovations is done very soon. Now we go for Sudeten, since we've now got more than enough deployed. That'll be our next one. And oh yeah, we needed to go for, no, we're just gonna wait until that one pops, of course. We can't do it in advance. There we go. And so we've got the two choices of going down mobile infantry or blitzkrieg. This one improves the breakthrough of our tanks, which are what they're for. This one improves our overall division since they increase the motorized ones. But if you saw my tank divisions, yeah, not that one, but this one down here. I've got 3 motorized infantry, and the other ones are armored units. So we're going down the tanks line. I think that's going to be better. 20% more breakthrough is quite a lot on that. Brings us up to about 300. And other ones are recovery rate and a little bit of other organization things, how fast you can move on. So And down to these as well. And that's armored car recovery rate. Didn't see that before. Maybe we get that from these two, yeah. Well, I like to play Blitzkrieg, so let's go down Blitzkrieg. Yeah, that's sad, but waited. So we should be producing our, yeah, the tanks there. That means we should be running into deficit of rubber very soon again, too. Okay, so they're done. I can pop these up, they're more important than a lot of those. Oh yeah, that's because they're... If there's anything... No, yeah, they use tungsten. But so do the artillery. Oh well. We put those up with other ones. Probably want to have these ones down the bottom though. I usually keep those at the bottom of the... everything that uses mills. Yeah, so that when factories get damaged they impact... No, not those. Where did we end up? It's lagging a little bit because I've got the game running at full speed in the background. As you can see the little watch coming up when it needs to think. There we go. So we should be producing these and they're going into the stockpile. And let's do it this way. Let's pop one in there and let's pop the... What do we have? I thought we were getting them into the stockpile. They must be replacing somewhere. Are they going here? No, because those are set as specialized. These should be set as specialized, both of them as well. It shouldn't be going in there. Oh, we haven't gotten any ones in yet. Oh yeah, because the production line just started, so I have to wait until this one goes up there. There we have the first one. Is this one? Yeah, okay, that one got replaced with the long range one instantly. Let's pop. Just want to show the range difference on them. There's quite a big difference in range, and having this is the long range one. So we've got about that distance. If we base them here at the airport in Aalborg, we'll reach the entire Northeast Sea, and we'll take the airport down here by Oslo, and we can get most of the Norwegian coast covered with them. And especially once we've got Trondheim, then we can build an airbase here, and we cover like 90% of the Norwegian coast. Obviously not going to do any use up here, but most people don't keep anything up there. So that's the thinking anyway. And from France they cover southern England and northern England fairly well. Or from the Benelux. But for most of the part this will be just fine. They'll do the entire Benelux, they can do all our everything we need them to do at home. And so it's better to spend the air experience, I think, and bumping up the engine. So we want another 175 or whatever we manage to scrape up, and if we get a little bit more we can always bump up, well, maybe not the reliability, but at least the weapons, and maybe not that much as that lowers our max speed. Maybe 1 or 2 bumps here. One bump on weapons should be fairly good for the mainline BF-109. And they're going to be mostly for interception. That gave us a lot of army experience going down to Japan. Like an insane amount. So next episode we're probably going to do a bunch of new templates and fix them up. Okay, so let's get ground support there going. And we've got some free dockyards. So let's increase our submarine production. We might want to look into light cruiser design next episode as well. But I think that this is has been a long enough episode for now. and we'll get Sudetenland soon enough. And so we'll start off with Sudetenland next episode, get some more factories, design some light cruisers, and design some more divisions. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.